Alright, so today we are going to be departing Washington, and we are going to be flying over to Gettysburg. It's going to be about take a look on SkyVector. It's going to be about a 19-ish minute flight, maybe a little bit longer. Then, if this will load, I'll just go back out. So, it's only about a 60-mile flight, so not very far from Vatsim today, but nobody is controlling the area, so we won't have to worry about it for now. Flight controls are connected, everything left, right. We got, I'll open that. We got full, we should have full, and then 100 pounds of baggage. So, it's gonna be weird today. Everything probably isn't going to work the way I hope it does, but that'll just be it. Looks like we're going to have a crosswind take, but I'll have to listen to the weather. So we'll get started by going batteries. We'll go mixture in, prop in, throttle in. We'll prime it for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. Cracker throttle. Oh, my wasn't on a tank. Go in, prime it again. 5. Turn that off. Crack it. Clear. So we're all started up. We'll pull that down to about 1,000. Get our avionics on. Our landing lights and taxi lights on, even though it doesn't really matter. And we'll go ahead and open Cal Flaps. Should have done that earlier. So, weather is going to be on 132.65, it looks like. Maybe not. Go ahead and get this over to Unicom. There we go. Okay, so we're over on Unicom now. Is going to be this one right here, so we'll just taxi up here, along there, cross runway 1, which is the one we landed on, and then go over to 3-3. Or cross runway 1 and runway 4 on our way over to 3-3. So, that's the plan. On our checklist part of the things, we did all this already. Beacon lights are on, parking brake set. All this is done. Done. We'll test those. Lights come on. Avionics are on. Altimeters calibrated. Circuit breakers checked in. So we're good on that. taxi brakes, flaps. We'll go ahead and bring those down to takeoff. Flight controls checked. Rudder checked. Up, down, check. Trim. That's set. Taxi lights on. Okay. We are good to taxi. Washington traffic, Bonanza 411 Hotel Zulu, could be taxiing to runway 33, Washington traffic. So we'll make our quick radio call. We'll come over here to get on taxiway Kilo, which is the one we came in on. And we'll follow that to where we need to turn. Brakes are good. Probably need to slow down a little bit. So we're coming up on runway 1 and runway 4. So we'll go ahead. Just clear that way. Finals clear that way. Then I'm just gonna check out something real quick. Let's set our parking brake. We're gonna go to our VFR map. The White House should be off our right. I think that's it right there, maybe. But we'll be looking for that on our departure. Looks like there's a stadium right here. That might be the Nationals. So, and that might be the White House too. I'm not really for sure. Washington traffic, Bonanza 411 Hotel Zulu is going to be crossing runway 1 and runway 4 on our way to 33. Washington traffic. For departure to the north. Washington traffic. So we've made our call. We'll do a little rolling takeoff right here with a slight right hand turn after takeoff. So. And we're looking for about 80. There it is. Lift off. Wind's kind of pushing a little bit more than what 6 should feel like. So there's gear coming up. Looking for about 500 feet off the ground. Then we'll bring in flaps. Go ahead and make a right hand turn onto course and pull the flaps. Looking for the White House. There it is right there. There's the Lincoln Monument Memorial. Forgot what it was called. We're 1,000 feet in climbing. So I'm gonna get a quick screenshot real quick. Oh, that wasn't the White House. Now I feel dumb. We'll go into a hard left bank right here. And there's the pictures I was looking for. So we'll turn northbound and get back on course. And I'll pull up my V-Pilot. So we'll probably cruise at about I'll get up to about 4,500. I don't see any clouds, so that shouldn't be an issue. So we'll go down to here to our autopilot that likes to not work most of the time. Put in 45. So we got about 1,000 feet to go. Let's start backing off power and bringing the nose down. So we'll go ahead and bring our autopilot on. We're to nav mode. So it should be controlling left and right now. Oh, don't tell me. Okay. We'll turn on our GPS. That was my fault. And we'll go back on. So want to bring me to the left or to the right. We'll go to nav mode. It's want to bring me to the left now. We're at 45, so we're at altitude hold. That captured. So we'll let the plane fly itself for now until we start getting closer to Gettysburg. It does look like we do have some traffic about at our 11 o'clock. Try to figure out what that is. It looks like they're probably just doing pattern work. Am I still connected to Vatsim? Yes, I am. Okay. Why am I not showing up? Okay, so I got the traffic pulled up. It is an unknown aircraft. He is on the ground over there at FDK, whatever airport that is. So he's taxiing to the runway. He shouldn't be a factor, but I'll keep an eye on him. About 41 miles out, so not much farther. Or we're already a third of the way there. I don't necessarily know where that airport's at. We'll be looking out for him. It looks like he's in the air now, maybe. So let's go over to Sky Vector. I think we're just going to fly over the battlefield at Gettysburg. Do a quick landing or touch and go. I haven't really decided yet. And then we'll make our way over to let me look. Allegheny County, which is gonna be KAGC. So we're over there. Do a quick touch and go, then head over to Allegheny County, which is going to be a towered airport. So give me a sec while I log into ChartFox. And if you don't already use it, ChartFox gives you free charts from all over the U.S. It just is something that really helps out a lot. Mine's not wanting to load right now, so I'll get it pulled up over on the side. So, he is crossing. He's currently at 3,500. Kind of lost sight of him now. But we're about halfway to Gettysburg. We are going to go ahead and switch tanks so I don't forget again. Fuel flow still looks fine. We'll turn that off. I really don't know what he's doing. It looks like he's head down that way. He shouldn't be a factor anymore. He is going 150 knots over the ground, and we are going 190. So, oh, he won't be a factor. We're coming up on Gettysburg. I'm going to go ahead and descend down to 2,500, and if I remember this right, we turn altitude hold off and then go vertical speed down. So we'll go down at 500 feet a minute. I'm gonna back off power a little bit. Go ahead and shove my mixture in fuel in full, and we'll be looking for the town of Gettysburg. It says we are about 7 minutes out, so 500 feet a minute's gonna get us down to 2,500 at about 3 minutes out. So 3.5 minutes out. So that should work out just about perfectly. So, what I kind of think we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and land here at Gettysburg after we look at the battlefield and everything. Then I am going to um, go ahead and file a VFR flight plan to Allegheny County. Not that it's required, but that way, just on the Vatsim map, people can see where I'm going. So, I'm gonna have to take a look at what pattern altitude is going to be for Gettysburg. So coming down to 2,000, we're about 11 miles out. Gonna be looking for the runway, and we'll be able to go fly around the battlefield from there if we can find it. So it looks like the battlefield is going to be the runway to the southeast of the airport. So, just to the southeast of the town too. So um, once we see the town, I don't think that's it. So that's gonna be the town right there. The airport's gonna be up there. We'll go ahead and check on our VFR map and see if we can figure anything out. It doesn't look like that's gonna help us out any either. That looks like the town. We're gonna go ahead and disconnect our autopilot. We're gonna make a right-hand turn. The visitor center looks like it has a round roof. It's kind of down here in the trees. We'll back off power a little bit. So that's gonna be the visitor center right there. I was kind of wrong about the round roof, but make a left-hand turn, gaining a little bit of altitude. So all right there is gonna be all the battlefields they fought in. It's kind of cool just to see how there are trees and just the whole different landscape of everything they fought in. So we'll add a little bit of power. So all these fields, open trees. What that is Big Round Top, as they call it. So it looks like we're Bonanza 411 Hotel Zulu is going to be overflying the airport and then entering the traffic pattern, Gettysburg traffic. So I think the runway is going to be right there, is what it looks like. So I really wish I knew what the weather was doing. So we'll go ahead and stay level at about pattern altitude, which is right up here. We'll be flying over midfield. Add a little bit more power. Okay. Looks like it's going to be landing on whatever runway that was. It was runway 24. So, Gettysburg traffic, Bonanza 411 Hotel Zulu is entering a right downwind for runway 24. Gettysburg traffic. Hit a notch of flaps. We will go ahead and put our gear down. Put our cow flaps in. The gear light. Not seeing one. So we're going to go ahead and cheat a little bit and look outside to see if our gear's down. And it is. So we're going to go ahead and turn base. Gettysburg traffic. Bonanza 411 Hotel Zulu turning right base runway 24. Gettysburg traffic. So we are a little low on airspeed. So add a little bit of power. And we're going to go ahead and turn final. Gettysburg traffic, Bonanza 411 Hotel Zulu, 1 mile final, runway 24, Gettysburg traffic. So we're on final, we are fully configured, flaps are fully down, gear is down, our fuel tanks are about even. We did have a little bit of a right to left crosswind, so putting our nose into the wind for that. You go wing into the wind and then rudder away. So we got a little bit of wind in. I don't know how bad the wind is. So we're trying to keep it about this speed. A little bit of turbulence. Aiming for the 1,000-foot markers. A little bit of we're stalling a little bit. We're a little bit too slow. So add some power. Take out. Wings level. And we are down. So I'm going to go ahead and come down to the runway. Or come down to the end of the runway, get turned around. And then go ahead and follow that flight plan real quick. I don't think we're going to refuel. We got plenty of fuel. We'll probably go ahead and transfer all the fuel out of the tip tanks into the main tanks, just to even things up as much as possible. And then we will head on our way to. So we're gonna make a quick radio call. Gettysburg traffic, Bonanza 411 Hotel Zulu is back taxiing runway 24 to the ramp. Gettysburg traffic. So we'll make a quick radio call. We are going to go ahead and pull up our flaps. Just kind of clean the airplane up a little bit. We can go ahead and open our door and open our window, just get some airflow in here. Stop right here. I don't know what that means, so I'm gonna go ahead and set my parking brake and then cut off the prop. And we'll go ahead and do this. Well, I guess it's gonna go ahead and close everything for us. That was weird. So we're gonna turn that back on. we are going to send our fuel into both pumps. And I'm going to go ahead and file. So we're going to be going W05. So Gettysburg to Allegheny County. I'm going to take about 41 minutes. Not bad. So I'll hop over here and do this real quick. Departure is going to be W05. Arrival KAGC. We are going to be taking off at about 21:15. Altitude, we'll probably fly at 6,500. Airspeed at 200 knots. Fuel endurance, we probably have about 3.5 hours of fuel. En route time's going to be 40 minutes. And we'll be going direct. So our engine started. So we can go ahead and turn those pumps back on real quick. And we'll just take a shortcut real quick. Close that. Close that. And we'll just taxi into the grass right here. Gettysburg traffic, bonanza 411 Hotel Zulu, taking the active 2-4, giving a holding short for just a second. So we're going to taxi back here, go ahead and get turned around, and then I forgot to put Allegheny County into my GPS. So we go over here, K, A, and I think it was GC. I turned around real quick, and I'll finish doing that. So we go flaps 1 notch. Gears obviously down. Trim, we should be good. So we're going to stop right here for a sec. And then we'll go, definitely not on that one. That one was G. That one was C. Allegheny County, enter, so we're going to be going direct there. That should change over pretty soon. There we go. So we are good for departure. Washington Gettysburg traffic. Bonanza 411 Hotel Zulu is taking off on the active 2-4. Going to be departing the area to the west. So now we're good. Parking brake helps. We got 1 notch of flaps. We'll be looking for 80 knots. Got a little bit of a right to left crosswind, so we'll be holding the yoke for that. I know y'all can't see that. So there's 80, gotta be pulling back on the yoke. Positive rate gear is coming up. I'm looking for about 500 feet above the ground for flaps. There's 500. Flaps are coming up. There's our right hand turn. So we're going up to 6,500 on our way to Allegheny County. I'm going to be staying on nav mode the whole time. But we'll go ahead and fly it onto the course, and then we'll let autopilot take over just to make things a little bit easier. Don't necessarily know who that's for. It doesn't look like we have any air traffic control in this area. We're going to start a left-hand turn back on course. And it does look like this traffic up in front of us is going to be on the ground. Stopped at an airport. So he shouldn't be a factor. So we'll go ahead and click on our autopilot, and it's going to pull us down, so we'll put that off and go about up to 700 feet a minute. So we're on course. We're climbing about 700 feet a minute up to 65,000. Not 65,000, 6,500 feet. Traffic up there shouldn't be an issue. We'll keep our eyes on that. We'll go ahead and turn these fuel pumps off for the tip tanks. And then cow flaps are going to be closed. I'll go ahead and run through my... we haven't done a run up yet. I flew a little bit before the stream, so there was no need for that before takeoff. That wasn't needed. After takeoff, we'll go landing gear up, flaps up, cow flaps closed, landing light off. We're going to go ahead and leave it on because just why not? Off fuel pump off, transfer pumps as required. We just turn those off. So we're set on that. We're about 1,500 feet away from our desired cruise altitude, and it should all be smooth sailing from here. We have no ATC between us and Allegheny County yet, but Allegheny County is a towered airport, so if anybody does come online, we'll have to talk to them to get permission to land. So the traffic is still on the ground. It looks like he's taxiing to the hangars, from what I can tell. So this flight is so far going a lot smoother than the last time, or the last couple. So both both tanks are full because we just transferred all the gas out of our tip tanks, or all the possible gas out of our tip tanks into the main tanks. So autopilot is working as of now. Nothing's acting funky yet. So we have about 500 feet more to cruise, or until our cruise altitude. Um, that traffic is below us. I'll go ahead and take a look. I'm not necessarily for sure where he is. Should be off to our right. It's gonna be right there, apparently. That's gonna be model matching for you. It's not actually a Boeing, whatever it is, but there's some traffic. Or there's the traffic. It's not gonna. He's not gonna be a factor. And I'm not for sure where the runway he came from is. It might be a water airport. I don't think it is, but it may be. Or maybe that grass right there. Kind of looks like that. So, you know what? PA. I'm not for sure. But it's not going to matter. So we got about 34-ish minutes to go. We're level 6500. Not a cloud. So we should be So I had the idea. Um, I'm gonna try to play some music. Hopefully uncopyrighted. Not that it's gonna matter anyways, cause this channel is never gonna go anywhere. But um, just so it's not super boring. Maybe you're trying to go to sleep or something, and you don't want to leave the stream, even though there's only one viewer. But who knows? I'm gonna try to play some music. Hopefully uncopyrighted. Not that it's gonna matter anyways, because this channel is never gonna go anywhere. But just so it's not super boring, maybe you're trying to go to sleep or something, and you don't want to leave the stream, even though there's only one viewer. But who knows? So when I tried to do the whole music thing, it turns out that it's just gonna mess up OBS. So my Wi-Fi is not going to be able to do it. So, I was gonna say that looks like an error. Let's see the river. Alright, I will be back. Okay, we're about a total. We're about 13 minutes out. The chart for Allegheny County says pattern altitude is going to be. Okay, we're about a total. I'm looking for the pattern altitude. It's going to be about 1720. ATIS is to be on 120.55. So we'll go over to here. 120.55. We'll see if that works. Okay, so our wind is going to be at a 260 at 8. Our altimeter is going to be 3018. So you about have that right. It's about right there. We are going to go ahead and switch fuel tanks back over to the right. And we are going to start pattern altitude was at about 2200. So we're going to go ahead and start our descent down to there. We'll turn altitude off. We'll go down to 700 feet a minute. We will back off on our power a little bit and go mixture full or mixture rich. Looking like we got a little bit of fog, but hopefully it'll clear up over the airport. There's still no controller online, so. I am just gonna check and see if okay. So this plane can do approaches, arrivals. So we might fly our next leg IFR instead of VFR. We won't fly it today. And it'll depend on how long of a leg we're gonna fly and how much time we have. But that is good to know. There should be a pretty big airport down on our right somewhere. There's the runways. Yeah. Um, this traffic off to our 9 o'clock is going to be American Airlines flight 5030 at 38,000 feet. So odds we can see him are very, very tiny. So depending on how low we are to these mountains, once we get, I'm gonna go ahead and say at 25. We'll go ahead and we should be captured right about there. So we're gonna stay at 25. That should be the runway up there. Forgot those worked. So we're about 14 miles out. Um, we have the runway in sight, and it's gonna be a little bit bumpy flying over these hills. So we're about 3.5-ish minutes out. Once we hit about, how many miles are we? About 10 miles out. So we'll go ahead and make a radio call. Allegheny County, Bonanza 411 Hotel Zulu, is going to be on the straight in for runway 28, Allegheny County. So that's Pittsburgh up there. I think this is Allegheny County. Yeah, it's going to be. So we'll go ahead and hit. Ooh, I don't know what runway that is. I didn't realize this airport was this big. We'll go ahead and use 28, which is going to be that one. So we were off on our radio call, but it's not a hard fix. So I'm going to go ahead and fly the rest of this without autopilot. We're about 6 miles out. So autopilot's off. We'll go ahead and drop power a little bit. I don't know what that was, if you want me to be honest. I'm not showing any traffic for Allegheny County, so guessing it's that plane over there. So we'll turn left, get on course, or we're going to drop power a little bit more. We're going to hear our first notch of flaps, and then our landing gear is coming down. So that is down and locked, gears down and locked. One notch of flaps. We're about 4 miles out. So Allegheny County, Bonanza 411 Hotel Zulu, 4 mile final, runway 28, Allegheny County. So bringing our last notch of flaps in. Pretty good on the speed. 2608, so we should have a left to right crosswind, but not by very much, about 20 degrees. So altimeter is 3018. We are set on that. Verify flaps down, gear is down. We'll go ahead and open the cowl flaps. We are indeed on the fullest tank. We should be good to land. So once we get to about 1 mile, we'll probably make one more radio call and call short final. And then I'm looking at my distance right here to see how far out I am. So one more check. Flaps are down. Gear is down. Runway looks clear so far. And we should be good. Allegheny County, Bonanza 411 Hotel Zulu, short final, runway 28, Allegheny County. So that will be my last radio call until I exit the runway. Then I'll just make a quick call saying that I'm down and clear of the runway and that I will be taxiing to the GA ramp. or apron. Basically means the same thing. So actually, we're gonna float this all the way down the runway. And there is a FBO. There's a FBO down here at the end of the runway, on Alpha 2, that I will park at. So long runway, really don't need to be careful about my speed. So I'm coming a little bit fast. I'm gonna start pulling power out. She does not want to land. So I didn't mean to float it for that long. It all works the same. So we're not going to hit this high speed one. There we go. There's the runway. That helps. It brakes right here. We're wanting to get off right here. So we'll go ahead and make our last radio call. Allegheny County, Bonanza 411 Hotel Zulu, down and clear 28. Gonna be going to the FBO ramp, Allegheny County. So we're down and clear. We're gonna taxi over here. Probably park. Oh, this might get bumpy for a sec. There it is. Not necessarily for sure where I'm going to park. I thought there was a fuel thing over here, but it's just gonna be a truck. So I guess I'll just come up here and pull up in the middle of these two. Our two marshallers are standing in front of planes that are already going. That are already parked, so that's really not going to help me at all. So I'll just pull up here. About right. Right here. We'll go into our parking brake. We'll go ahead and do our shutdown. But first we're going to bring our flaps back up. Those are cow flaps are going to be closed. Parking brake is on. Throttle's at about 1,000. Avionics, we will go to our flight plan. I guess I forgot how to do it. Menu, delete flight plan, so we'll take all that out. Avionics master is going to come off. Mixture is going to be cut off. So mixture is cut off. Battery off, alternator off. all of these switches will come off, and we'll go ahead and put our tie downs and chocks on. There you go, hit save. So we outside the airplane now. That is perfectly a-okay. We're gonna hit Shift F and see if the fuel truck can come fill us up. I'm not for sure if I'm parked in the right spot. Microsoft Flight Sim's kind of weird about that. It looks like that one might be coming. I'm not for sure. If that truck will ever get out of his way. Looks like there's gas over there we could have went and parked by. Oh, it looks like it is going to be coming over here. I guess I did do that. Maybe not. I thought I did it right. Or I thought I parked in a parking spot. Anyways, we're just going to go ahead. We'll get ourselves back up to full fuel. The next leg should be a long one. If you're watching this, which I don't think anybody is, have a great night, and we will see you on the next one.